Hello everyone, and thank you all for joining us today for a LinkedIn webcast, How to Win at Social Engagement for Recruiters. My name is Rochelle Dorothy, and I am in the marketing team here at LinkedIn, based in Sydney, Australia, and I will be your host for today's session. So before we get started, I have a few housekeeping items to share with you. So you are all muted by default, so if you do have any questions throughout the webcast, please submit them via the Q&A box on the bottom right-hand side of your screen. The audio will be heard through your computer speakers, and over the coming days, we will be sending out the recording and deck from today's session, so keep an eye out for that. So with me today in the room are our two fantastic speakers, Katie and Sally. Ladies, thank you so much for hosting today's webcast. Now we're here today to talk about updating our LinkedIn profiles to increase social engagement as a recruiter. So can you ladies please introduce yourselves to our audience and share with us today what you in fact have most recently updated on your LinkedIn profile, and then get us started.
Thanks so much, Rochelle. So Katie here. I am a customer success manager working with our search and staffing clients here in Australia and New Zealand. I'm looking after the SMB as well as the enterprise guys. And the most recent thing I updated on my profile, I'm just having to have a think, is I've just started learning Auslan, which is Australian Sign Language. So I just put that I was a beginner. Of course, I'm not bilingual in it. I've just said that I'm starting to learn Auslan. That's my profile.
Very good, very good. Hello everyone, I'm Sally McAlone. I'm based in Sydney and I'm a customer success manager here. I work with staffing clients, with staffing agency clients as well. And something that I've recently popped up on my LinkedIn profile is I've updated my background image, so I've changed that to the nice picture of the Sydney Opera House. Which is nice. Which I think is nice anyway.
It looks good, I like it.
So, today we're going to cover the following: why build a great profile and tips on how to do this, how you can differentiate yourself with content on a LinkedIn platform, and then we're going to give you 4 takeaways that you can get started and do today. Many reasons to build a great profile. Every day, members access LinkedIn to read the latest industry news. They participate in groups, discussions, and connect with other professionals. Your profile is the first thing that a member sees when they click to see who sent them a connection request, who emailed them, or who posted a job. So it's really important that you build a professional and engaging profile. As a recruiter, your profile should serve as a conversation starter about you, your team, and your organization's brand. You want your audience to engage with you. Katie and I are going to now take you through some tips on how you can build a great profile.
Awesome, thanks so much for that, Sally. So, great. Now, first things first, I wanted to talk on your photo. I personally think this is actually one of the most important parts of your LinkedIn brand. Sally, would you agree with me on this one?
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah. It's the first thing people are going to be seeing when they look at your profile. So, first of all, I want you to not overthink this. Keep it simple. You really want to select a photo that represents you in your day-to-day work. Now, for example, I'll give you an example here. I used to work as an account manager in an IT firm. Now, when I would meet and greet my clients, I would be suited and booted. So my LinkedIn profile picture of me at the time was me in my smart corporate wear. For example, I was in a suit. Now, obviously, I'm working at LinkedIn, work's a little bit more casual here. So the first thing I did when I started working here is I updated my profile picture. Now, of course, when I'm meeting clients, I want it to look like me. It's an up-to-date photo. People aren't going to get confused when they actually see my face from when they looked at my LinkedIn profile before. Now, having a look at Carl's profile, he has a great headshot. It's a clear headshot of his face, and he looks very approachable in my opinion. I think Carl, actually I know Carl, has also used LinkedIn's new photo editor and filters, which is super easy to use. he was able to edit his photo and make it black and white, which has made it a lot clearer. The photo editors, it's a really good and quick way to edit your existing photo or any new photos that you want to be putting up. Please do avoid the photo of you on the weekend, perhaps holding the glass of champers or, with a group of friends. It's not the look that you want to be going for on your LinkedIn.
And I also think have a recent shot as well. I've seen some photos that might have been sort of 10 years ago.
Yeah.
not as recent shot, people know who they're going to meet.
Exactly. You don't want to look at the photo and think, oh, this is a young gentleman, but you've been working since 1950. So okay. Thanks for that, Sal. So now I'm going to go ahead and talk onto your headline. So when we have a look at someone's profile, the first thing you see is, of course, their picture, which I've just spoken about. Then when you take your eyes a little bit further down, you can see their headline. Now, your headline is automatically pulled from your current job title. But did you know that you can actually customize this? Now, we can see here that Kyle has chosen to write his own headline, which is great. He's included his current job title, which is Digital Account Manager, as well as stating that he's a culture enthusiast. I like it. Now, I think this is awesome, as I'm starting to get an idea of what it would be like to work with Carl as a client or perhaps even a candidate. Now, call me cheesy, but my current headline is empowering my customers to achieve success. And as a customer success manager, this is what I do on a day-to-day basis. Sally, do you remember off the top of your head what your headline is?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think that's too cheesy, so I don't really worry about that.
Okay,
that's
great.
Pretty good. I think my headline is helping companies be more successful with LinkedIn Talent Solutions, because I feel that's what I do. So my job title is Customer Success Manager, same as yours, but I think by having that heading, helping customers be more successful with LinkedIn Talent Solutions, people get a bit of a flavour as to sort of what I actually do.
Yeah, it's great to mix it up. Now, with your headline, members not only see this on your profile, so when they're looking at your profile, but they also see it on the LinkedIn homepage. So remember, get creative and build some curiosity around what it is you do, so they are encouraged to click onto your profile to find out some more. Now, onto this slide, which is your industry. Now, do you know what industry it currently says you are working in on your profile? The reason I ask this is I find a lot of members don't actually realise the industry that they say they work in. It might be time for you to, after this webcast, check and perhaps update your industry. Now, members with their industry information receive up to 9 times more profile views than other members. And I think it's important to remember that this is a member-chosen thing, so you choose what industry you work in. So, for example, obviously me and Sally are in the exact same roles, and this will be good to ask now. I say, Sally, that I work in the internet industry. What do you say you work in?
Yeah, I say staffing and recruiting, but maybe I should change mine to the internet. It's the organisation that I work for.
Or maybe I should change mine. See, it's true. I think, because I do work in, okay, I'll think about this for after this and maybe So we all know that we should have a look at this, and with the industries, we know as recruiters we're relentlessly searching on industries for our candidates. So we must ensure that our industry reflects where we're currently working at the moment. Right. On to something that I think is quite important is your contact details and your profile URL. Now, adding your contact details is a complete preference. This is not something you have to do. Only your first-degree connections can access this information. We would, however, or I would definitely recommend that you customize your LinkedIn URL. So your LinkedIn profile URL is usually your name, and then I think it's a load of numbers that LinkedIn selects, that you can in fact edit this. I think that updating your profile URL makes life a little bit easier when you want to share your LinkedIn profile. So that might be on your email or on a business card or however else you're sharing it. The personalised URL is, of course, the first come, first serve. So unfortunately, if your name has already been used, and perhaps add your company or, your initial and then your last name, or shorten it however you can. Kyle, we can see here, has been lucky enough to secure his name. Same as myself, there's only one Katie Clinch on LinkedIn, so I was lucky with that. Sally, have you got your name?
Yes, only one Sally McAlow.
There we go.
Yeah. First in, first serve.
First in, first serve. So yes, after this, go ahead and look at updating your profile so you can definitely snatch your own personal URL.
Katie. Now, on to the summary. Consider your target audience when writing a summary. Your summary is an opportunity for you to share with your audience who you are, why your company is great, and the types of clients and professionals that you work with. This is a predominant space underneath your photo, and viewers will read this. So whenever recruiters ask me to review their profiles, I always find that it's the summary that needs work. Do you find that as well?
Yeah, I completely agree. I find with the summaries, this might have been something that they created when they first joined and they haven't updated it since. So it might say, I'm a recruitment consultant, I've been working in the recruitment world for 10 years, when in fact it's been 15 years, and they just haven't updated.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I think it probably takes the most work as well.
Unfortunately, yeah.
So what we've put together is 7 tips to help you create a great summary. The first piece is you want to stick to 3 to 5 short paragraphs, which will create some white space for you. The next is you want to lose the jargon, so you want to use words that your audience can understand. Thirdly, write how you speak. I get this question all the time. Should I write in first person or should I write in third person? And we recommend that you write in first person. Why? Because if you're writing in third person, what you're doing is you're creating a barrier between yourself and the audience. So it's so much more personable if you can write in first. See, Marie here is also really positive in her approach in her summary. For example, I'm part of a great HR team. She also talks about her passion for recruiting can be traced back to her pre-professional days as well. So by writing in, that first person, being personable, really creates a great profile. You need to show lots of white space, so make it easy for people to read. Adding in keywords is important as well, and by using this will help you, your profile be found. So it's important to include these. You just want to make sure that you're including these subtly. By adding rich media, you can make your profile more dynamic, and Kate is going to give you some great examples of how you can add rich media to your profile. And finally, this sounds really obvious, but proofread. Get your colleague or your manager or your friend to read your profile. We want to make sure that it makes sense and also doesn't have any spelling mistakes. Did you know, Katie, what the most misspelled word on LinkedIn is?
Oh, no, I don't. Go ahead, tell me.
It's manager, apparently. So there you go.
Wow, okay. Manager spelling manager wrong. Okay. Well, thanks for that. Well, looking at your work experience, I'm going to say the same as Sally, ensure that there's no spelling mistakes in this. I wasn't going to mention that, but ensure your job title is correct.
Absolutely.
Now, with your work experience, I would recommend not just replicating what's on your resume. Your complete LinkedIn profile is not your resume. It's a snapshot of you as a professional online. As Sally mentioned before with the summary, white space and bullet points are great and really digestible when someone's looking at your profile. You should focus on providing your work experience in a way which allows someone outside of your industry to understand what it is you do. Why? Well, if only your industry insiders understand what you do, then you've created a barrier to your expanding network. And really, that isn't the main reason why we are on LinkedIn, is it? Now, don't keep this section too bare bones, otherwise you'll miss out on people being able to find you. Now, add rich media onto your summary as well as your work experience. Now, rich media within your work experience can be an interactive visual that helps you explain your day-to-day role. I like to think of it like this. If a picture tells 1,000 words, then rich media tells a story. Good one.
That one's a bit easy.
Yeah. Now, you have the capability to showcase the best of your work in a way that's not just descriptive but visual. A portfolio is no longer just a staple of those creative professionals. Now any of us can upload and present our work. From videos to images to documents, there's a wide range of content that you can actually share. Now, of course, if Kyle works in finance and he went ahead and uploaded the company's expected forecast spreadsheets for 2017, that is probably not a good idea. But maybe if you have a blog post or Kyle has a presentation or a project he's particularly proud of, that's something he should go ahead and update onto his profile. It's key to remember that content is reflective of you as well as the company you represent. Be sure to get permission before using any materials that's related or owned by other members or your employer. Remember, you don't have to be an artist to showcase what it is and how well you do it. Now, for example, after this webcast, this is going to be going up online, and this is something I'm going to be adding to my work experience.
Well done.
Yeah, so look out for that on my profile.
Great idea.
Now, over to you, Sally, to talk on skills.
Thank you. So your skills and endorsements work hand in hand as mini recommendations that speak to your skill set. You enter your skills and then your connections can endorse those skills. We recommend that you at least have sort of 5 skills, and this can be a mix of soft skills and technical skills. And members with 5 or more skills are actually found up to 27 times more by recruiters via search. These skills are highlighted on your profile and also are searchable. And Katie, you mentioned something, a recent update about skills on your profile to me the other day.
Yeah, so what it is with skills now is you can actually change the order in which they are displayed. So, for example, if you've got a recently, a new skill that you've learned, so it might be LinkedIn, for example, and it's down the bottom because you've got no endorsements for it, you can actually put it right up to the top so people can see you've got no endorsements and they can be encouraged to go ahead and endorse you for it.
Yeah.
So just know that you can move the endorsements around. Of course, you can delete any endorsements, delete any skills, add new skills that you like.
Perfect, because that's great, because a lot of people are changing their careers these days, so they're moving from completely different things. That's important. Perfect. So in addition, recommendations can also be added to your profile. Ideally, you will get recommendations as a recruiter from clients or people that you've placed, or potential, colleagues as well. And these can really build your professional brand. Having this stamp of approval can really boost your profile. And here are some other elements that we would recommend that you add in order to get to your all-star LinkedIn profile. Education is important, as many people want to network with their alumni. So look out for that, and look out for if you studied at universities or college, look out for those alumni and make sure that you join and join up to those groups. Volunteer experience and causes you're passionate about makes your profile personable. And by having these areas filled out, you'll be able to gain new connections by having something in common with your audience. Also, accomplishments, languages that you speak, organisations that you belong to, certifications that you've obtained, and if you have publications, definitely add these to your profile. All of these elements will help you build your professional brand as well as help you engage with your audience. So that is, hopefully you've picked up a few tips on how to build a great profile. Please find the time, that's always the hardest bit, find some time to add these tips to your profile. And I'm going to hand back to Katie, who's going to take us through sharing content on the platform.
Thanks for that, Sally. I completely agree. Sometimes it is just the time element to actually update your profile, and just have a look at your profile after this session and think, what can I do today? What can I do by the end of the week? Now, what we're going to do is we're going to talk on how we can build our social engagement online. So this is going to be a great way to differentiate yourself from others and be seen as an industry expert. First, we can't build engagement with others unless we're connected with them. So I'm going to be talking a little bit on who we should be connecting with and why we should be connecting with others. Now, when I discovered the world of LinkedIn, for me it was back in 2011, I was on the hunt to build my professional network like a crazy person. I was connecting with everyone. Little did I know at the time that my connections would have a significant impact on my personal career development, as well as my quality on my LinkedIn page with the updates that I do see. Now, as recruiters, it is, of course, always important to actively grow and expand our networks, and who we connect with is what it's all about. I would recommend creating meaningful connections. Now, what I mean by this is connect with intent. Connect with your colleagues, peers, clients, potential clients, candidates, and of course your friends to build our networks. And don't be shy with your connections. LinkedIn will often push out updates to you, for example, work anniversaries or new jobs. A simple like or congrats only takes a couple of minutes, but it really does leave a lasting impression. And LinkedIn actually even builds the templates for you. So if you see someone's had a recent work anniversary, it will say, want to send them a message, and it will even just say congrats on it. Now, don't forget that your connections are a strong reflective of what you see on your LinkedIn homepage.
And also, you have had a connection that's constantly coming up on your newsfeed with irrelevant information, it's okay to disconnect with that individual as well. Because I think you want quality over quantity.
100%. Now, as we look on, we of course want to be following companies. Now, as with all social media, following a company page on LinkedIn brings you closer to the action. And to become an industry expert, you need to know what's going on in the industry that you're working in. So doing this by following company pages is a quick and easy way to be in the loop. I'd recommend you follow your own company, of course, your competitors, and even your clients. You can even follow news companies as well as other companies out there that you have an interest in. The benefits of following a LinkedIn company page include receiving both their updates from the company and any jobs that they have posted, and companies that you follow will share relevant information from other sources. Perhaps it will be their own blogs, their team outings, updates from the website, and of course their jobs. Now, as I keep talking on the jobs, this is very important because if you're following your clients, you're able to see what jobs they're posting, and of course, we know you're going to be able to help them with those jobs. So ensuring that you're following those companies is really important. Now, when you have a look at a company page, you can in fact see who works at the company and who you're connected with there. This is a great opportunity for you to build your network and connect with others, as you can see who you're not connected with at the company, perhaps ask for an introduction to others, or just go ahead and send out some connection requests. Influencers. Now, have you guys heard of a LinkedIn influencer? I get very excited when I talk about influencers because I think they are awesome. I follow quite a few. Now, LinkedIn influencers are selected by invitation only and comprises of a global collective of 500 plus of the world's foremost thinkers, leaders, and innovators. Now, as leaders in their industries, you'll often find them discussing the news or trending topics or personal experiences they've had in their careers. Following influencers is a useful way to keep up with the news and trends that matter to you as well. You can learn from their ideas and get useful insights. And remember, considering so few gain this status, they really are the cream of the crop. It is also useful because if you want to build your own reputation for thought leadership, learning from their examples can really help you on that path. Sally, do you know off the top of your head influencers that you follow?
Yes, so I follow Arianna Huffington, so she's an influencer. She's been an influencer for quite some time. She wrote the book Thrive, and also I read in her summary, which always has stayed with me, that she's an advocate for flat shoes, which I quite like.
That's her summary!
In her summary, yeah. So, so she's a good one to follow. How about yourself?
I follow Richard Branson.
Of course.
I absolutely love his
updates.
His updates are so entertaining, and he's a really good guy. So
he's one of the top ones.
Yeah, he's one of the top ones. So definitely check those guys out. Now, do remember that, yes, I'm talking on influencers, but you can also follow anyone, regardless if they are an influencer or not. So it can be a good idea to follow perhaps any executives out there, consultants, columnists, bloggers, or any industry experts that you respect. For example, one of the people I follow, she's not an influencer. Her name's Karen Lawson. She's the CEO of Slingshot Accelerator. And the reason why I like her updates is because they're just very relevant to me. She supports a lot of young entrepreneurs and does a lot of charity work. So, yeah, she's not an influencer, but someone that
of interest.
Yeah.
Great.
Now, of course, if we want to ever become an influencer or get socially engaged, we need to push out content. So when posting statuses on LinkedIn, it's all about quality and quantity. To become socially engaged, you of course need to engage with others, and you can do this by sharing your updates. It's as simple as sharing something that might be on your mind, perhaps reposting an interesting article or blog that you read earlier in the day, or maybe even a job that you and your colleague are working on. It is important to mix up your updates. You don't want to be known as that person that's constantly just sharing jobs, not talking about anything outside of the jobs that they're working on at the moment. You want to be known for the person that knows their industry news, they know what's happening, as well as the jobs as well. You have to just mix it up. This is a fast and easy way to build awareness of your profile. And you must remember that your updates don't just go to your first-degree connections, they can stretch out to your third-degree connections. And this is based on the amount of engagement your update receives. So, for example, if I go ahead and I share an update and Sally goes and likes it, that gets pushed out to Sally's network that she's liked my update, which is not my connection, but they're seeing my update. I like to call it the ripple effect.
Very good.
So a lasting note on that, always be authentic with your updates.
Absolutely.
Now, when we're posting updates, we can, of course, not just write text, we can add in links, images and videos. Now, LinkedIn have just released a new way on how you can share content on the homepage, which I think is very exciting because this is videos. Now, I'm not too sure if any of you noticed, but Sally and I actually recorded and uploaded within seconds our first video to promote this webcast. It was very exciting, Sally, wasn't it?
Yes, it was very easy. That was amazingly easy, yes.
So easy. So check that out to see what we're talking about. And just to know, these videos can actually last up to 10 minutes. Although we, of course, recommend shorter, more digestible lengths between 30 seconds, perhaps up to 5 minutes.
And videos get more, 100% more engagement, don't they? So
they do. And one thing that's great with these videos is they autoplay.
Right, okay.
So autoplay with the sound off.
Yeah.
They autoplay nevertheless. So when someone's on the homepage,
they can see it.
You're going to start playing.
Yes, cool.
Awesome. Now, I've spoken on videos. You, of course, aren't just limited to that. You can share articles, images, blogs. And remember, imagery is always important to catch the member's eye and to encourage them to stop scrolling and read actually what you have to say. Did you know, Sally, that questions get 50% more comments?
No, I did not.
Because we are asking the question and we're asking people to respond pretty much.
Exactly.
Yeah. And also top tips and best of lists get 40% more clicks. So, things to remember.
Excellent. Thanks, Katie. So as you know, sharing content on the LinkedIn platform will help you grow and engage with your network, like Katie mentioned the ripple effect before. So there's two types of ways you can share content. And by sharing updates, which is one of the ways, that's links, articles, which Katie has mentioned, and you can publish, or you can publish your own topics and watch the comments to see your impact. So there's the updates, which Katie mentioned, and also the publishing piece as well. So one way that we describe these two types of shares is the updates is the curating the content, and the publishing is the creating the content. And what we recommend is that you curate 80% and that you create 20%. So as Katie mentioned, for the curating piece, there's loads of sources of information that you can curate from and share with your network. The key thing is that when you are sharing this content, you are giving your opinion on it. You also need to be commenting, engaging on other people's content that is already on LinkedIn. From industry news to team updates and white papers, it's important to share these links, images and articles with your audience to keep them engaged. You're wanting to stay at the front of people's minds. And then about 20% of the content that you share on LinkedIn should be created either by you as an individual or your company. This can come in the form of long-form blog posts or presentations that you have given and can share through SlideShare. If you are lucky enough to have a marketing team within your business, they might be able to help you and point you in the right direction of content that they've already published for the company, and that should be easily and simply shared. So that's our key formula, 80% of curating and then 20% of creating content.
Nice and easy, 80-20.
Yes. Touch on when you publish on LinkedIn. So your work becomes part of your profile. Your post will be shared with your network, and when members like, comment on your post, this will then share with their networks and so forth and so forth. That's the ripple effect that you mentioned. So your post has the ability to reach the largest group of professionals online. Where can you write a blog post from? Really simple. It's very easy on your home page, and all you need to do is click write an article. Next to the video, new video.
Yeah, you can actually just drop and drag into LinkedIn as well now with updates. So,
oh, right.
Yeah, really nice and easy.
Super easy. So looking at the sort of the publishing, so here is an example of one of my colleagues' profiles. Claire. So here you can see the most recent long-form blog post that Claire has written. Notice the engaging imagery and title of the post. So the first, if you can't see it, the first is titled Celebrating Customer Success, Sourcing for Sydney Startups. And here Claire interviewed one of our clients on top tips for recruiting in a startup, which is very key topic at the moment. And the next article that she's written here is, would you be a hit on the red carpet, which is great, that curiosity that you mentioned before. And this article really gives tips on how to make an outstanding profile. So the imagery and the title are really, really important for when you're starting your blog post. If you're struggling to get that great title, there are actually title generators out there that will help you to create a great title for your blog. So I know of HubSpot and SEO Presser have these available for free on their websites, but there's plenty others that are out there.
Awesome. With Claire's update, so the second one we can see there's a lady on the red carpet. This was actually, I remember this article very clearly because Claire posted this straight after the Met Gala. And I remember scrolling through my LinkedIn page thinking, wow, what an outfit. And then I clicked onto it and I was like, oh, they're talking about LinkedIn profiles, which of course I found it very beneficial, but it was very relevant at the time and it caught my attention.
Yeah, and I think that's actually an important piece that you brought up is timing is really important. So if there's something that's happening at the moment, get on social media and talk about it.
Yeah, I actually saw a client post an article because the new It film had just come out,
yes.
And he was like, how recruiters are a bit like the It Plan. I was like, okay, very interesting read. So
curiosity,
exactly.
Yeah,
I read it, wanted to know more.
Well done.
Once we've posted it, we want to ensure we're tracking it. Now, with any update you post, whether it be a blog post or just a status update, you can monitor your results. Now, in this slide, you can see a snapshot of the performance. It shows us the views, the comments, the likes, all at the top, And below it goes into more detail. Now this is great as it gives you lots of insights into who's actually viewing your post. Now remember with your posts, as we've mentioned it a couple of times, it won't just go out to your first 3 connections, which is great. So again, it can be shared with others and other people's networks. This is allowing you to reach a larger audience. We can see with Claire's update here, the majority of our audience is in her 2nd degree connections. So these are people that are not connected with her, but are connected with people that she's connected with. Now, this is a great way to actually check on the audience that you're reaching and to see if it actually aligns with who you're trying to talk to. You can see where traffic is being driven from and identify if you need to stimulate traffic in different ways. So perhaps with one update you really engaged with your clients and with others you engage with candidates. It depends on what audience you're after. Lastly, don't forget to engage and thank people who have perhaps read, liked and commented on your article. So if someone said, oh great Sally's a really good article, just say, thanks so much for reading. Perhaps you might even want to connect with them and encourage them to follow you. Cool. Now, final things with wrapping up with how to be more socially engaged and to be sharing content and following companies. With the publishing side, we want to ensure that you create that catchy headline. Now, we want to capture people's attention when they're scrolling through their homepage, and their headline is so important. As Sally mentioned, if you're struggling to find a headline, just go online and look for a headline finder and they can help you create one. Images that stand out and that are relevant at the moment. So again, you have to be thinking about your network and what you want them to be seeing. I think this is the most important thing, and this is just not on publishing. This is on anything on your LinkedIn profile, when you're posting updates and you're publishing. You have to be authentic and it has to be you. Because when you're posting stuff, it has to be your opinion because it's got your face all over it. Don't forget who you're posting it out to. Remember your audience when you're posting on LinkedIn. And of course, there's no point in doing it if you're not getting engagement, so you want to be tracking it to see what's happening out there and to see if people are actually enjoying your content and if you've been posting more.
Absolutely.
Now, 4 things that you can do today, nice and easy.
Your homework.
Your homework, exactly. It won't be a webcast about homework. We want you to go ahead and look at your profile today and think about ways and how you can enhance it. This is not going to be something that you're going to be completely updating today, but having a look and thinking, oh, maybe I will update my headline, maybe I will eventually do my work experience in there. When we're looking at connecting with others, think about, is there people that I want to be going out and connecting with? You can add a note when you're connecting with them. Think about different industries that you're connected in and maybe other people, other industries you can be connecting with them.
Thirdly, you want to make sure that you're following the right companies, industries and people that you're interested in. So if you do this, this will help you create a more relevant feed. Also, check out if your university or college has an alumni or a group and make sure that you join that or you follow that. And lastly, you need to be an active collaborator. So you want to stay in the top of your audience's minds, share, update your status, discuss, post, give to your network. And if you do all these elements, this will help you improve your social engagement. So that leads us to the end of our webcast today. So thank you so much for joining and listening in. Katie and I are going to hand back to Rochelle, who will close us off.
Well, thank you so much, Katie and Sally. I hope everyone on the line enjoyed the webcast as much as I did. I definitely need to jump on my LinkedIn profile after this session and update a few things. Thanks, ladies, for the fantastic tips. But before I let you all go, I just wanted to share some exciting news that we will actually be releasing the top 25 most socially engaged staffing agencies across the world on the 19th of October. So you can check it all out via the link on the screen and across our social media pages. Okay, so that's it for today. Don't forget, we will be sending out the recording and presentation over the coming days, so keep an eye out for that. And thank you, Katie and Sally, once again for hosting today's session, and thank you all for joining us. We look forward to hosting you for another webcast soon. Bye, guys.